Hello, I'm Dr. Troy. This video provides you a few tips for writing a literature review article. In your accounting classes, you often heard terms such as review the literature or literature review. You may get confused by these terms. If you needed to conduct a literature review, does that mean you needed to look at novels of accounting-related topics? In the academic world, literature review is an account of what has been published on a topic by accredited scholars and researchers. At university, you may be asked to write a literature review in order to demonstrate your understanding of the literature on a particular topic. Besides enlarging your knowledge about the topic, writing a literature review lets you gain and demonstrate skills in two areas. So how to write a literature review? There are generally 5 steps for a perfect literature review section. Step 1. You need to work out what you need to address in the literature review. What are you being asked to do in your literature review, and what are you searching the literature to discover? Check your assignment question and your criteria sheet to know what to focus on. Step 2. Find out what has been written on the topic. An extensive review of the relevant material will include books, journal articles, government documents, and conference proceedings. The QUT library would be the best place to search for your resources. Step 3. Critically read each source, looking for the arguments presented. Take notes as you read and start to organize your ideas. You may also consider using a table to identify how the different sources relate to each other. Step 4. In order for your writing to reflect strong critical analysis, you need to evaluate those sources. Ask yourself questions such as how relevant is this article to my specific topic, and are there any gaps in the literature that require further study? Step 5. Like essays, a literature review must have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Start by writing your summary statement. This is an important introductory sentence that will let your reader understand what your topic is. In your introduction section, you should summarize why you are writing the literature review and why the topic is important. The scope of the review must be discussed, as well as the criteria used for your literature selection. Each body paragraph should deal with a different theme that is relevant to your topic. You will need to synthesize several of your reviewed readings into each paragraph so that there is a clear connection between the various sources. In the conclusion, you should summarize the major contributions of significant studies and conclude by providing some insight into the relationship between the central topic of your literature review and the larger area of study, such as a discipline or a profession. You should always be critical when you write your literature review. It is important to note that the purpose of a literature review is not just to summarize what is currently known about a topic, but is also to provide a detailed justification for your research. Ultimately, it is in the form of an argument. Another mistake students tend to make is that they don't discriminate irrelevant and relevant materials. A literature review is supposed to be providing a description of how certain parts of what you read provide a foundation for, motivate, and frame your research. The final step to completion is to have your literature review professionally edited. This will ensure that your work is presented in the best possible way. Thank you for your participation and listening for this workshop from School of Accountancy, QUT Business School.
Created using Powtoon.